Hello YouTube! Today I'm going to talk to you about my conversion from Catholic to atheist. I was always raised as a Catholic. I was christened and from a very early age as well, since I was born, there was a person who looked after me when my mum was at work, and she was very religious and she took me to mass during the week and various things like that. I really got on with the priest and I was really close to him, and there's lines in one of the churches of my height and things like that. I went to a Catholic primary school and we had mass every Thursday. I'm telling you all this because a lot of people say that when they convert they weren't actually properly raised in a proper Christian environment. I was actually very religious before I converted. I went through primary school not really questioning much, as you know, as a child you're very impressionable. There was always questions at the back of my mind, but I think I was always sort of, I don't know, for some reason I never actually asked them. When I got into secondary school I became even more religious. I used to pray every night. I went to religious retreats. I've been to Solly House. Solly House was... I really felt closer to God when I went there. And, you know, that really strengthened me religiously. In year 12 I did philosophy and ethics for an A-level, and I became really interested in it and all the debating and everything. And I wasn't an atheist by this stage, but you know, there were always questions, but I was still quite strong in my faith when I started studying philosophy. Then I came across an atheist who's not a philosopher but comments a lot on religion, and if you don't know him as an outspoken atheist especially, then I'd be very surprised. Richard Dawkins, actually. I watched a couple of his documentaries, I read The God Delusion, and slowly but surely I actually became very convinced of becoming an atheist. And eventually, one night when talking to a friend, I went to bed and started praying and then questioned why I was praying. I didn't feel anything, and that was when I knew that that's what I believed. Then eventually I started, you know, researching even more because I was so interested in philosophy. It was just you know, it wasn't like I forced myself to do this. This was something that I was really interested in. I came across Christopher Hitchens, and he gave me the confidence to really, you know, speak out about how I feel. Although I didn't necessarily come out as an atheist, I was able to put across some very good points in a religious debate, for example, in my class. And then eventually I decided to tell my parents, to tell them that I was atheist. I told my dad and he was okay with it. He did question what's made me come full circle and everything like that, and you know, various questions about, you know, is there any particular person that's led me this way in school, or what questions have I had, or you know, things like that really. He told my mom, and she hasn't treated me any differently at all. You know, it's not a problem, but she hasn't actually directly spoke to me about it, so I don't think for the time being that it's a good time to talk about that. I think if the situation arose, then I would happily talk about it. I'm not, you know, I'm not hidden in my beliefs anymore, which I was. Then in year 13 it came to the point where I didn't want to take the host anymore at school, because, you know, I know a lot of people who are atheist at school just sort of get on with it, you know, they don't want to cause a fuss, just to keep things simple. And that's fair enough. I did consider doing it, and it was a big decision for me to actually go forward and say that, you know, I don't want to take it anymore. One of the senior staff who I spoke to, who was the head of sixth form, was really supportive and really nice about it. He didn't, you know, criticise me in any way for my belief. So that's been really nice. Eventually I've just told more people about my belief, and I think the fact is, in philosophy, it was quite clear about my belief because of the way I expressed my opinion in class and what opinion I actually expressed in the first place. So that's it really. This has been my first video on this channel. If there's anything that you think I should talk about, this is, you know, going to be a discussion-based channel for atheism. So if there is anything that you think I should discuss, or if there's any questions you want to ask, let me know. Bye!